I got the motor board out of my 1923 Victrola. It's a Model 80. Dates back 1923. Took the motor assembly out. Hoping maybe I'll find something good under there. It does have the original chalk marks from the factory 100 years ago. Don't know what they said, but all I did find, because I figured this was a cabinet knob, or like to the door, but it's not. It's for there's a lift. This would screw to the motor board itself. I did find the screw for it in the bottom of the cabinet, and only 4 old needles. A lot of times you see, quite a few in there, but there's nothing to it. Let's come over here. The original lubrication chart. See the stain around? That's because it's shellacked into the wood. This is the bottom of the motor. It's a spring motor. There's no electric. This is the top. Your turntable would sit on the top here. This is a little brake assembly. Auto brake, so when the tone arm makes its way towards the center, you can sit where you want it to stop, so right at the end of the song, this little brake shoe will grab the inside of the turntable. I got a power outage right now at the house, so it's a good thing I got this old record player. It works fine. I just figured I'd open it up, make sure everything is good. I do have to take it all apart. Not right now, but it works fine. But all this down in here, that's 100-year-old grease. So this crank could go into the side of the cabinet. Screw this in. Let me slide this over. Trying to do this one-handed here. But screw that in. Now, see this 17 on here? These 2 bumps. There are 2 1.25-inch springs inside this drum. 2 17-foot springs. So it's got 34 feet worth of spring in there. And this is the bottom half of the actual spindle that spins the turntable. This is the drive gear for it. And that worm gear down there, this is for the governor. Governor controls speed, otherwise it just kind of take off. And that's it. This is a knob at the top for your speed control. And it pushes a little brake shoe essentially against this disc to you could set your speed. Let's give it crank it up. Hang on, I'm going to set the phone down just for a second so I can crank this. Alright. Basically I just wound the spring a little bit so you can see it in action. The drum does move a little bit, and you'll hear it catch and release a little bit. That's because it's got grease, but is pretty crusty because it's 100 years old. Most anything 100 years old is pretty crusty. Look at that governor going. If I were to crank the screw in, actually out. Right now it's freewheeling. If I were to crank it out, you'll notice, look down next to that friction disc. You see that little shoe rolling on there. You can hear it slowing down. These run at 78 RPM, give or take, and that's what the speed control is. But they're taking off now, so I'm taking some of the brake off of it. Simplicity. But you just have to oil it and take care of it. At some point I'll take this apart, get those springs out of there, get all the grease out of it, put new grease in it, do a quick look over, and it should be good for another 100 years. But I just thought it was something cool to show you during this power outage. So, hope you guys have a good one, and see you in the next video.